Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. My name is Lindsay Marie, and in today's video we are going to be doing a book recommendations video and just have a chance to gush about my favorite books, because that's what my channel is for. So I am going to start off with a very special book. You know what? I need to find a place to put these when I'm not talking about them. Okay, book number 1 is going to be Among the Beasts and Briars. And for most of these, I already have standalone book reviews for them. So if you want to see those, they'll be linked down below if you haven't already seen them. I go in much more detail in those videos. These are just going to be like why I recommend them and gush about them for a few minutes, because why not? It's my channel, I can do what I want. So this first book, Among the Beasts and Briars by Ashley Poston, is one of my all-time favorites of the year. It's so beautiful. It's just, I don't know what it is. It's the dynamic between Daisy and Fox that I just love so much. So much. Like, I'm obsessed with both of them. It's just so well written and so beautiful and so magical. Like, it kind of feels like if you were to take Beauty and the Beast but transform the Beast to a human for most of the story. Kind of. Yeah, I guess that's kind of the best comparison I can give. But the one thing I do like about this is that each chapter is a different character's point of view. So first it's Daisy's point of view, second chapter is Fox's point of view, and so on throughout the whole story. And I just love that. I love that we get Fox's perspective on what's happened to him, because if you've read the book, you know what happens to Fox, and it's pretty intense. So it's understandable that he would be freaking out. And that he would have a hard time accepting his kind of fate with Daisy and this adventure that they go on, which is so good. It's so I don't want to say heart-wrenching, but it's so good. It's just I love it. Read it. Please go read it. Please go pick up a copy of it and read it. I would also recommend the audiobook. I liked that from what I heard. I ended up just reading the physical book at the end, but I did enjoy part of the audiobook. So either way, you would be good. But personally, I would recommend the physical book because it gives you such a different perspective on, you can imagine what the voices sound like, what Fox's voice sounds like, and what Daisy's voice sounds like, and the bear. I can't, it's fine. Just read the book. Just go read the book, please, and thank you. So, next book I will gush about, of course, The Night Circus that I just finished. I loved this book. I loved a majority of it, I'll say. Some characters I wasn't so crazy about, but I will say that I did really like Celia and Marco. I really liked the circus itself and the different things to see, and the way that it's written, and the world building is so good, and it's just so magical and fantastical. And it's so good. It's really well written. I do really like Erin Morgenstern's writing style, which makes me excited to pick up The Starless Sea, which I have on my shelf behind me. It makes me excited to read that in the future, because I've started reading that book and then I stopped it because I realized I wanted to read this first. So I'm gonna have to go back to that one in the future, and I'm sure I'll love it. But this one is just so beautifully written. The imagery is so good. Like, I can't talk about the imagery in this book enough. Like, truly, if you like wonderful, fantastical, magical imagery in your books, this is one. And I understand. I've seen reviews of this book, and I understand why some people wouldn't like it. I understand why the writing style isn't for everybody. But I personally really like it, so I will recommend it forever because I just think it's a really special book, and definitely one of my favorites. So, this is an old favorite of mine, but a classic nonetheless. That is Caraval by Stephanie Garber. Now, if you haven't read Caraval by now, I don't know what you're doing with your life, but you've got to read Caraval. And I say that as somebody who still has yet to read Legendary and Finale. They're on my list. I will be reading them, but I had other priorities first, so I will definitely be reading those in the future. But this book, Caraval, is so good. Like, I can't even get in to how much I loved this book when I was reading it, and I still love it. Like, so many of the moments stayed with me for so long now, and I can't get over how much I love it. Like, I truly, truly love this story and this world and the characters. Oh my gosh, Scarlett and Tella broke my heart. Broke my heart. I don't know if you understand. They broke my heart. The ending of this book, I will not spoil it for anybody, because I'm sure my best friend Hannah is watching this, and she recently bought it per my recommendation, and she started reading it, and she likes it so far, so I don't want to ruin the ending, because it is, look, it stays with you. So that's all I'm going to say. But yeah, I loved this book, and I know I'm going to love the other two. I just had to make the time to read them, and I will, but part of me wants to keep putting it off because I don't want this series to be over. But I will get to it very soon. And then the last book I wanted to talk about, this is my four book recommendation. So the last book I want to talk about is called A Little in Love by Susan E. Fletcher. And if there's anyone out there who's a fan of Les Mis, please let me know in the comments, because I am a sucker for Les Mis in any way, shape, or form. I love it. I love it so much. It's heartbreaking. It's beautiful. It's so special, and I love it. I love Les Mis. But my favorite character in Les Mis is obviously Eponine. I'm not a huge fan of Cosette, for obvious reasons. If you've seen it or if you've listened to it, then you know. But yeah, I'm just not a big fan of Cosette. I do like how Amanda Seyfried played her in the movie, but she's not my fave. Eponine deserved better, and I will fight that till the day I die. But this book takes, parts of it feel just like the movie, basically. It kind of feels like the movie in book form, which isn't a bad thing, but also there are some different little gems in here that were obviously not in the movie, because the movie was already so long that they couldn't add all the little details for each character, which is understandable. But this book does that in a very, very well written, beautifully done way that I loved. So I will recommend this book forever because I love it, and I just think it's so well written, and I just feel like Eponine deserves so much better. So I loved it. I love her character so much. I can't express how much love I have for Eponine. If you know me in real life, you already know. I don't need to go into it, but I love Eponine, and my girl deserved better, and that's all I'm going to say. That's all I can say. So, if you know, you know. So, those are my thoughts on those 4 books. And if you have already read some of them, please let me know in the comments and let me know what you think of them. If you haven't read them but you want to, let me know in the comments. And if you do read them, let me know what you think. I'd be really curious to see what other people's opinions are on these books. And I will see you guys in the next one. Love you. Bye.